Hi, my name is Kelly Wilson, and I am currently living in Iowa. So that is the state board that I looked up information on. Um, One of the most common reasons that I noticed was dual relationships with clients, or with former clients that the board was having to discipline. As I read through the cases, I realized that it's really easy to become in a dual relationship if you are not careful. And so, even if it's just like a friendship outside of the counseling office or a sexual relationship, either one of those obviously is not going to be something that can happen. So, I just want to make sure that I am really careful and held accountable for the way that I interact with my clients. I still want to have a strong therapeutic alliance, but not let it cross the line. Some themes that I realized, it seemed as I was reading through different cases that in some form or another, the professional boundary line had been crossed. So, forming friendships, sexual relationships, even not disposing of records or storing records safely or in a way that is going to protect the client's confidentiality. All of those different things seem to be crossing a professional boundary. Um, Okay, so I looked up the one of the most recent cases that had board discipline, and it was from February 2021. And it was a female therapist who had a dual relationship with a client. There was sexual contact with this client, and so obviously that got brought to the board level. The action was the therapist voluntarily surrendered her social worker license, um, and then the board put her on probation. They documented it in her permanent record as well, and they made sure down the line, if something like that were to happen again, then that would increase the severity of the issues that are happening. Um, so looking at the ACA Code of Ethics, that would be A5A. So it says sexual or romantic relationships prohibit sexual and or romantic counselor. So client interactions or relationships with current clients, their romantic partners, or their family members are prohibited. This prohibition applies to both in-person and electronic interactions and relationships. Um, so that definitely was violated in the ACA Code of Ethics. And then as I looked it up in the Iowa Code of Ethics, it was under Principle 4C. It says IBC, so Iowa Board Certified Professionals do not engage in sexual or other harassment or exploitations of clients, students, trainees, supervisees, employees, colleagues, research subjects, or actual or potential witnesses or complaints in investigations and ethical proceedings. So it violated not only the ACA Code of Ethics, but also the Iowa Code of Ethics as well. So the discipline that she had was she was put on probation and then her license was taken. She could not practice during that time. When I looked up what the Iowa Code of Ethics state for counselors with impairments, essentially it was a little bit more broad than what you see on the Iowa Code of Ethics, or sorry, the ACA Code of Ethics. In Principle 4, it says professional competence and integrity. IBC certified professionals maintain high standards of professional competence and integrity. IBC certified professionals seek appropriate or professional assistance for their personal problems or conflicts that may impair work performance or clinical judgment. So, all in all, essentially, they're saying that it's your responsibility to reach out for help if you are getting to the point where you're becoming impaired. I didn't really have any questions. As I was reading through these things, it seemed very straightforward.